Good morning, folks. This video is an extension of the deck collection video I did recently. I will pop a card up in the corner somewhere or throughout the video that'll link you through to the collection videos. I have decided to now go through them again and have a bit of a play around with some of my most favourite and least favourite cards within the decks. I probably won't do all of my decks, but we'll see how this goes. I also am very aware that with my, let's say, amateur video skills that, I'm not throwing shade on myself. Girls learning. I'm okay with that. But I do want to also include some images that are of photos that I've taken of all the walks that I go on and, like the natural world that I spend as much time as I possibly can in, and sort of bring that and integrate that into these videos as much as possible. So forgive me again for any disjointedness with the video. I am so learning and up for it. And I'm really excited now to get going. As I've said in other videos, I'm studying my Masters of Counselling. I've got my bachelor. I work as a counsellor primarily with adolescents. My main focus now is on therapeutic writing and narrative therapy. So I've just sort of finished off a certificate in therapeutic writing. I'm off to another training in South Australia for narrative therapy. So let me know if you're interested in a little vloggy road trippy thing. I'll be driving in my van. It'll be just me. So I don't know. Are you interested in that sort of thing? Also, are you interested in therapeutic writing as using tarot and different elements to use therapeutic writing? For me, it's to get to the shit that sitting around talking to someone or paying an absolute ton to a therapist sometimes can't actually get to. It's a supplement. So I just want to know your thoughts on those kind of things as I develop my business. Anyway, with no further ado, most favourite and least favourite. Now, this is totally subjective, and some people will probably agree and some people will not, and that's good because that's the way life is. So I'm going to start off with a big one, Mary L. And I think I'll start off with a couple of probably my least favourite, and this is more in the visual, and this is, like I said, subjective. So one or two of my least favourite is the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Sorry about the shine. There we go. Just compared to the rest of the deck, these two cards just don't hit it as much. Now, the woman has done a stunning job on the entire deck, and I'm so grateful and appreciative to all of her efforts. But if I was going to be picky, these two are the ones that probably don't hit it. I think that's just, compared to the detail of the others, I get the messages. Well, let's face it, some of the Mary L, I don't get the messages straight off the bat. It's only until I go into deep thinks or sort of meditative after reading the book that I get to where she's going with it, and I'm up for the ride anyway. Nothing needs to be really clear for me. I have a bit of fun. So those two are, probably not. But hang on, there's another one. Also the Judgment card. I mean, I get it, but it might be the colouring that just doesn't hit it as well for me. I'm almost, when I see it, it's just a little less favourite. Now, I could have chosen the rest of the deck, but here's some of my absolute favourite images in the Mary L. Oh, my goodness. I just adore them. I really want these on my wall. I think they're stunning. Look at this. I've got airbender vibes with that one. But yeah, and this one actually reminds me a bit of my dad. Something about the look on his face. But yeah, I'll look at her work. She's incredible. So these are some of the ones that, you know, when you make that sound whenever you're going through a deck and just, love it. So there's some of my favourite Marielle cards. Good morning, wonderful people. This is my day. This is my morning. I have this whole beach entirely to myself except for this individual who's my loner dog walk buddy. So I might include this little snippet into my next video because I'm really interested, it's hard to walk on, in starting to include my absolute adoration for spending time alone in nature with you guys. So I might include it, I might not. Hi if I do, and hi, it's me, Cole. Hopefully I've managed to put in some form of B-roll there. We'll see. If I haven't, I apologise. Next up is Tarot of Vampires. Again, well, look, it's not actually visually my aesthetic. It so reminds me of some of the, would I say kitschy? I don't know, early 90s art that was around. But that's okay. So I'll start off with two of the cards that I sort of least favour, and it's these two. There's just, hang on, I don't know, it's the look on his face for this one. He looks like he's smelling something pretty, especially every time I see it, I just think he's smelling something stinky. And this one, her boobs are just a bit too unreal, and I guess, and her feet kind of creep me out. But I mean, it is designed to do what it is, you know, the messages are there. I always have to dive into the book, to be fair. I mean, I know what the Rider-Waite-Smith associations are, but I live for that book anyway. But yeah, they're probably two that I... Oh, and there's... Like, I know, like, that guy's pretty ripped. And for the... It kind of amuses me that... you know, the Eight of Knives or the Eight of Swords doesn't amuse me. It's a shit way to feel, and I get it, but the way this is depicted kind of amuses me. He just sort of looks a bit like, no. Anyway. So, favourite cards. I love this Hermit. I think that's so cool. I also love the Lovers. Oh, the Sun, sorry. That's pretty cool. And I love this as well. It's a little bit like, what did you do? I always, when I get this card, you know, the Three of Swords can sometimes be a bit like, poor me. But the look on her face just always reminds me that I've had a part to play. And I really appreciate that in this card. So... yeah, they're my Tarot Vamps choices. Okay, with the Elemental Power Tarot, I'll go with my least favourite, and it's any one of the pips. I'm not a pips girl. Some people are. I mean, they work. I just get one out and go, okay, have a think about what I know of that, and then read the book. I don't enjoy them at all. And my favourite cards are these two at the moment. I love the Strength card for in the book. She's basically saying, you know, the lion's there. The lion sees you, and the lion knows it can rip your face off if it wanted to, but it's trusting and it's feeling in a place of containment and safety. And I think that's a really potent message, rather than having to try and control it, having its trust, having that sort of wild part of ourselves, and just knowing that we can trust that, and that the confidence is within, like developing that confidence to know that how powerful we are. And I love the Hierophant. It kind of reminds me that we never know where on our path our teachers will come. And, it's often in a quiet place when there's very little around that we can find a relationship with our spiritual teachers. And I just, I love this image. The cat's a bit weird, but other than that, I love it. Okay, the next deck I'll pull some faves and some least faves from is Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Miltstein. Could have probably used most of the deck in my favourites. Both Emperors, for whatever reason, bug me. I don't love either one of them. I do choose to use the male Emperor. I don't know why. Something about her face really bugs me. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I got words I'd say to her, I don't like it. Also, I'm not a fan of the King of Pentacles, and that's a me thing, particularly around, I just don't like the use of cut down trees as a representation of the passing of time, probably because I feel really protective of them, and I just, some dickhead once cut down a massive tree just to see how old it was. I take great umbrage with it. So anytime I see that, in fact, I'll just show you something else. Actually, I just remembered from the Elemental Power Tarot, the Hermit card. See how, all those trees have just been cut down to make the cabin? And I don't know, that just doesn't vibe out hermits so much for me. I kind of get what they're saying, but when I first saw it, I was mightily annoyed. I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit of a greenie. Anyway, yeah, that sort of symbolism, it's a me thing, I know that, but yeah, it really bugs me. So let's go to the ones that I love. Oh, there's a few, like I said, I love this image. Look at the colours. It's just stunning. I also love her, the Queen of Wands. She's so beautiful. I'm not sure that I would place this image as Queen of Wands. Oh, no, yeah, I would. All right, take that back. I love the Two of Wands. I love the Four of Swords. I love the Six of Wands. I love the Temperance card. And I love the Page of Pentacles. Aren't they pretty? Oh, so dreamy. Love, love, love. Okay, Ma Diva Padma's The Sacred She Tarot. Now, I did mention this a bit in one of the collection videos, but I'll go again because it really does sometimes disjoint me. I've narrowed it down, but here's 4 of my least favourite ones. This one, every time it comes through, so that's the 9 of Pentacles. Pisses me off every time I see it. So does this. That looks like clip art to me at the top. It just gets on my goat every time. The Sun card. I get where we're going with this. Just the image is really irritating. And this one also. Not a fan. But she's got some absolute bangers, and I'll go through them quickly because I've just grabbed out a heap. But as an Australian, as a human member of the earth who can't love a koala, I also absolutely love this. The whales are coming back through where I live with their bubbers, taking a few rests in the bays. This I love. It reminds me of my dear friend. So beautiful. I believe this is my most loved Knight of Cups ever. I really like this depiction of the Seven of Swords. And hello. So yeah, that's the... Oh, and also I do love the King of Cups. I think that's a beautiful depiction of that energy. So yeah, the Sacred She Tarot. Okay, Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. I love them. I do. I accept all. Come on, like I love them all. But there's just some images that don't resonate as well with me. And it's not necessarily what the cards represent. I just prefer some types of images over others. So these two, particularly this one, not because of it's the soul shrinker or anything. It just, the images just feel a little unfinished compared to the rest of the deck. And that's, you know, that's whatever. It's just an opinion. He looks cool on camera though. So yeah, I don't hate him. Like, I never hated them, but I don't dislike them as much now I'm looking through the camera. Anyway, they were my choices. I really dig these. I love what he's done and how he's done it. I'm quite curious because I think that's beautiful artwork. And it's sort of artwork I would like to try myself in terms of like a mindful practice of drawing. This guy lives at my place, I'm sure. He's the... is it Ilby, the retriever? I think he's the one that just sort of like when you're always losing things. I love this one too. And I absolutely adore the look on this guy's face. That's just so cool, isn't it? So yeah, there's some of my favourites for the Fairies Oracle. Okay, so the Witch Sisters Tarot by Julia Jeffries. For one, it's not all sisters, so that kind of shits me a bit sometimes. Only when I've got nothing else to worry about in this world. Yeah, look, I love this deck, but there's a couple of little things that kind of bug me. One of them is that these are the three kings, you know, the swords, pentacles, and cups, and then we've got, this is wands, king. I get why you would choose an elk. Is it an elk? Oh, a stag anyway. But you know, kind of annoys me. This guy also doesn't really give me king vibes. He gives me more knight vibes. So, yeah, she did so magnificently with these two, I feel, but then sort of, I don't know, I don't feel it as much. So there's that. But for favourites, I have many, and her talent in capturing human emotion in the face is awesome. I love this. I love the look on her face. The Queen of Pentacles. I also really love this image and the look on her face. You're gonna get it. And this, if you've got this deck and you can... This woman is looking at me. Like, the eyes in this are absolutely perfect, in my opinion. You know how eyes sometimes when people draw them, they don't really look like they can see you, but pooey. So that's a 10 of Cups, and I love it. I won't zoom back in, or I will. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my witch's sister. I'll probably just do one more and wrap it up because time just evaporates while I'm doing this, and I don't want to make it too long. So that's that one. Okay, and the big finale for this video is Soul Cards 1. I've got some cards that I really love. Most. Come on, they're incredible. They're for incredibly deep work. But there's a couple that I'm less of a fan for whatever reason. When I get this one out, it bugs me. I'm not sure why. Yeah, can't explain it. It's obviously a me thing, and this one kind of shits me at times too. So anyway, but I have, like, some of the cards I use almost as a tarot association. So for this, this is a card that I associate with the Tower, the King of Swords, Hierophant, and Empress. And I think they're pretty obvious, well, mostly. But some of my absolute favourites are this one. This is, for me, it's just this is a reminder that I'm not alone. What you say matters. So like this coming through the mind and out the mouth. And this is really indicative or sort of representative of my joy in exploring the pool of subconscious. Like, I actually do it for fun. Well, not for fun. Like, I'm really into it. I'm really up for the ride. So yeah, apologize for my dirty fingernails. Just noticed that. Been gardening again. So there we go. That's my, play around. This is my excuse to play, excuse to connect. I've absolutely adored the way people have reacted and responded to me and my foray into YouTube land. I hope you're doing well. All the best.